Hey, welcome everybody. So, yesterday was a really big day for me. Finally, it came in the mail. I gotta say, Amazon did this thing real fast. I'm impressed with the service that they're offering because it only took a couple days from me having a finished digital manuscript to having the literal physical copy in my hand. So, you know, they're doing it well. They're good at what they do, I gotta say. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this book that I wrote and the excitement of it being here, and also a little bit about why I have taken a little bit of time off of doing these videos because I had a pretty bad crash the other day. As you can see, my hand is swollen, my eyes all cut up. I got a big one here, shoulders bruised up. Basically, I hit the ground hard. So it seems to be a reality of this lifetime. This one that I'm living in is that I take some wipeouts from time to time. I like to do things that are fun, exciting, sometimes dangerous. And yeah, I took a hard fall. So took a couple days off from doing this kind of work, from showing up on camera because I was yeah, pretty banged up. So in case you're wondering, yes, I did manifest that. It was you can't just take credit for the nice things that you manifest. You gotta take responsibility for the not so good things, the hard, the painful things as well. Because I believe that that is the fastest way to move on, move forward, and create something new. So I manifested that wipeout. I manifested a couple days of resting and kind of being taken care of by my lovely ladies, my wife Emily, and my little incredibly sweet daughter Coral, she's really a healer. I mean, she was really taking care of me after my crash. So yeah, it's healing fast. I'm feeling much better now, and it's just a little bump in the road. So that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to share my excitement with this thing that I created that came in the mail, and it's showed up. It all looks pretty much exactly how I wanted it to look, which is really exciting. I was concerned that I was going to get it and be like, okay, try again, But no, it looks really good. I'm satisfied with the result. What this is it's a journal and a guidebook for manifesting love and abundance. So this is what I was seeking for myself, and what I know a lot of other people are seeking is this type of guidebook for creating the life that you want to create. And I don't pretend to have all the answers. I certainly do not. However, I do have some of them. So what this is it's an opportunity to write out your own future in the present moment. This is the only time where we can actually create reality, is from the present moment. So one of the things that seems that human beings are afflicted by is this constant obsession with the past and the future. We have a tendency to get sucked into these places which are not present. And it comes from ruminating over things that happened in the past, obsessing over things that we didn't like, that took place, that cannot be changed anymore, or obsessing over a future that we do not want to have. So fearing things that could possibly go wrong. And these are both ways to suck our energy, pull our energy out of the present moment, which again is the only place that we can create from. So what this does is it gives us a little bit of structure. It's a little hard to see with this light. A little bit of structure for creating that reality in the present moment. And actually writing it down, putting pen to paper and saying, this is what I am creating. I'm creating it now. What I've found from writing down what I would like to create is that it's much more likely to come true. It doesn't mean that it always does, because there are other factors involved. But it's a really good first step is to get super clear about exactly what it is that you're creating and put pen to paper. Actually take action. It is the first step to bringing those things into your physical reality. Getting super clear about them and putting pen to paper, putting it down, putting it on your list. So there are lots of other steps. It needs, in order for us to manifest something into our physical reality, it really needs to be in alignment with our belief about ourselves, our beliefs about ourselves, and about how the world works. So these are some of the first things that I talk about in this book. Is what do you believe about yourself? What is your self-image? It's a really interesting study that I looked into, which is this book called Cybernetics. It's by this guy called Dr. Maltz, and it is one of the first personal development books, kind of a precursor to this massive field of personal development and life coaching, which is really blown up in the internet age. I think that's a really beautiful thing. I think there can be a lot of sort of what's the word? Fluffy, not so substantive content in this field. But I also think it's a really beautiful thing that people are realizing that they actually do have control over the life that they're living, and that through working together on these subjects, we can bring these things to pass much quicker. So communicating with teachers and with coaches, with mentors, and just following people who have gone to the place that you would like to go is a really quick way to make those things happen faster. Getting yourself a roadmap. So what Dr. Maltz noticed was he was a plastic surgeon. And what he noticed was that for some people, the knife was like a magic wand. So they would come out of surgery and they would start to live this new and wonderful life. They would manifest a completely different circumstance, a completely different reality for themselves, just simply by having something about their appearance changed. And what he noticed also was that for some other people, this was not the case at all. They would undergo the plastic surgery. They would have the physical appearance that they thought was the problem changed. And they would continue down the same destructive path that they were on previously. So after doing this work with hundreds or thousands of people and noticing this polarity between them, you really start to wonder, what was the difference between these two groups? And the conclusion that he came to was that the difference was self-image. So essentially the conclusion is that if you change all this external stuff, keep making these changes in your surroundings, keep moving things around, keep changing clothes, keep changing jobs, keep changing whatever, but your self-image remains the same, you're going to continue to get the same type of results that you've always been getting. However, on the flip side, if you're actually able to change your self-image and change it to the person who would create the reality that you are envisioning, so living the lifestyle of that person who would manifest that reality, the circumstances around you will change. So this is a big part of what this book is about. I did this for myself, and it's how I manifested my wife and how we are creating the life that we're living right now. It's continual work. I'm continually making adjustments and working to figure out new layers of it, because I have a lot of old self-limiting beliefs, a lot of things that used to be in my self-image that are that are holding me back from going to the places that I want to go. So there's this continual process of change and transformation that needs to happen in order to make that progress. But this is exactly what I did for manifesting my partner, because I had a lot of limiting beliefs in the area of love. And all these ideas about how my love life was going to be, how it could be. And basically, they were keeping me stuck in the same old cycles. And I would imagine that this may be familiar to many of you, especially those of you who feel like you've had a rough time in the area of love. If you feel like you're repeating the same patterns over and over again, you feel like you keep attracting the same type of person over and over again, or the same type of relationship, or the same lack of relationship, the same loneliness. All of those things in the end are going to come back to our self-image, what we're telling ourselves about the world around us, about how love works, about how relationships work. It's also going to come back to the vibration that we are offering. The vibration that you're offering right here, right now, in the present moment is the true, most powerful tool that you have in terms of changing and shaping the world around you, changing your reality. It's the only place that we have agency from. So learning how to fine-tune our vibrations, learning how to watch for signposts that we're going in the wrong direction or in the right direction. Learning how to play with these vibrations is basically like picking up a magic paintbrush. It's your magic paintbrush for the creation of your own reality. Now, where people get tripped up with this mentally is they think, oh, well, I can't just create reality because there's, that doesn't seem like it fully makes sense. If you could just create whatever you wanted, why wouldn't everybody just be, beautiful millionaires with perfect bodies and giant mansions and yada, yada, yada? Well, there are so many layers of energy to work through in order to even get close to that point. And the other thing to keep in mind is that I'm not simply just creating reality. We are co-creating reality. We're all creators. So there are all these collective agreements about how reality works. And it is initially created by the natural forces and thoughts, the actions, the emotions of human beings. So we're shaping the environment around us. We have that power and that agency. So I'm super excited to be able to share this book in physical copy so that people can color in the illustrations. All the illustrations are in black and white, so you can color in the illustrations. You can write down all the things that you're creating and write them down in the present moment. It's one of the keys with doing this manifestation work is you don't write, in the future, I'm going to be such and such. You write, I'm so happy and grateful now that. Because it's in the present moment that you're creating that. And so with the release of this book, I'm also setting this intention of releasing some of the heavy weights that I am holding that are holding me back from getting to the next level that I need to get to. So one that I've noticed, and I'm putting it out here right now because I'm sure a lot of people are struggling with the same thing, is that I have this kind of compulsion to constantly pay attention to the news of the world right now. And there's all this dramatic stuff happening, and I feel like I'm addicted to it like it's a soap opera or something. And I'm not really actively doing anything about it. It's just simply causing me stress. It's bringing me down. It's lowering my vibration. So a low vibration is a contracted state of awareness. It generally means it's a singular focus on something that is bothering you. A high vibration, on the other hand, is an expanded state of awareness. So we can talk a lot more about that, and a lot of that information is in the book. But I'm just stating this intention right now. I'm dropping that habit. So scrolling the news feeds and seeking out these like uh, dramatic pieces of news that I know are going to bother me, but I can't help looking at. Cutting it out. I'm doing a 30-day total cleanse, news cleanse, and I'm going to stay off the social media scrolling as well, because it's something that I can identify that is really holding me back from making the full progress that I need to make. So putting that out there, a big part of this work that I'm sharing is all about not simply like trying to bring in new things and more stuff to add to your life to make it better, but actually just identifying the heavy weights, the things that are holding you down, keeping you from realizing your potential, realizing the goals that you want to achieve, and just releasing them. Like you're carrying along all these sandbags that are super heavy, that are not helping you go anywhere, but for whatever reason you want to keep carrying them around. I want to keep carrying them around. Like, I can't remember where I got this from, but it's this idea of the grief case, which is the emotional baggage, the stuff that you're holding on to that just doesn't need to be carried anymore, right? So I'm setting the intention of letting some of that go, letting go of that heavy energy, so that I can really be in my creativity and be in my power. I'm going to be talking a lot about this book. I already have been, and I'm going to continue to, because this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm passionate about. I really do believe that this information can be very helpful to people. So if it appeals to you, if this is what you're looking for, I invite you to click on the link below or just go search it on Amazon. It's really easy to find. It's funny because it comes up with all these books that are like, what's the key to what do women want, and what's the key to unlocking their desire for you, and that kind of like almost like pickup artist dating advice type of thing, which is, yeah, it's funny that my book is automatically lumped with that stuff, but in a sense it's good, it's accurate, because one of the reasons why I wrote this thing is because I wanted to create an alternative for guys and girls who don't feel super comfortable with the sort of the traditional model of how to date, how to find a partner. For me, I found that really awkward. I didn't know how to interact with it. I was yeah, pretty much like removed myself from that scene completely, because I was just like, I'm gonna find my person out at a bar, or like, it just didn't seem like, or like approaching somebody and asking them for their number, or trying to use a pickup line. Like, none of that stuff was gonna work for me. It just wasn't. So I had to create a different way of connecting with people, and it's very much an inside out holistic method of creating your partnership. So really envisioning it before you actually find that person. It's like actually manifesting this relationship, because there's so many different possibilities of what it could be like for you. And the more clear you can get about what you want that to look like, the more easily you're going to be able to draw that into your reality. One thing I notice with a lot of people is that they just want a relationship. They think that if they could just find somebody to love, anybody, that love would bring them happiness and solve their problems. I'm not saying that that's what you think. I did kind of think that. I had that misconception for a while, and I know that a lot of people do. And so, yeah, a big part of this book and this work that I'm doing is helping people to create a roadmap for themselves that is more in alignment, is more holistically healthy, and be able to work from that blueprint as opposed to just grasping, looking for who will love me, who can I love, you know, kind of this like chaotic, not very intentional method of going out and seeking love simply for love's sake. Yeah, so that's it. I'm here to share this idea that it can be more clear, and it can be easier, and it can be this beautiful holistic process of manifesting your partnership, your divine partner, whatever that looks like for you. So I hope that this work will be helpful for you. I hope that it's really something that helps you to make that shift that takes you to that place that you want to go. It's not just about manifesting love, but it certainly is based around that theme and starting with the self-love. Remember, you are whole and complete as you are, in this moment and in every moment. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this content or this book, it really means a lot to me. If you share it, like it, give it a comment, just interact with it some way. It helps it to reach more people, and it helps me to reach you with more of this type of content. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Peace, everybody.